Hey guys, welcome to Coach Talk. Today we're looking at a topic that I really like. We're going to call it, where do you live? Check out this image. Now with practice, training and competition, we've got intensity, heart rate, focus and loading. So let's look at these one by one. Practice is a very high focused, low intensity skill practice where we're practicing high skill movements. Think double unders, handstands, muscle ups, complex barbell movements. That's practice. When we line you up in two lines and we go through those drills, that's practice. Heart rates are low, we do 3 to 5 reps at a time. We're practicing good movement and we're building that into our subconscious. The loading is always really light, so we can move well and practice good form, and the focus is very, very high. Now if we compare that to training, training is where we're improving our conditioning and improving our strength. This is kind of the workout part of the session, if we're doing any heavy lifting or we're doing the conditioning piece. The intensity is moderate to high. The heart rate is not quite maximum, it's a bit below max, but it's over that practice level. So 75 to 90% of whatever our max heart rate is. The focus on this is still high. We still want to be thinking about moving well, moving with good form, lifting with appropriate loading, so the focus is high. And because of the workout part of the session, the loading is going to be slightly more. We're going to load up the barbell so you can move well, but also get a good workout. It's not too light where you're not going to feel it. We want to have that weight where it's appropriate, that you can move well and still get a workout in. Now, bearing those two in mind, let's look at competition. Competition is where we're testing our practicing and we're testing our training. The intensity is full on, it's up to 100%. We want to try and go flat out because we're competing to test our skills. Now because the intensity is high, the heart rate is going to be high, 90% or more of whatever your max heart rate is. The loading is probably going to be heavy. We're going to be doing things that you should have practiced. The loading is going to be towards that maximum loading. If it's a high skill gymnastic movement, that's going to be the loading. If it's a barbell, it's probably going to be a bit heavier, and we're testing the practicing. The focus is not high. The focus should be inbuilt. It should be in your subconscious that it's a habit of how you move. It's not a time to learn how to do the movement in that competition scenario. Now let's look at this in the form of a normal class. Now most of the time, we want to be in that practice training area. When we get an empty bar and we line up in two lines and we practice for 5-10 minutes, moving through some movements, picking on one specific area with an empty bar, 3 to 5 reps, heart rate's down, there's no intensity, that is practice. That's your time when you should be thinking about what you're doing and moving perfectly with good form. The loading is light, the intensity is down, the heart rate's down, and the focus is very, very high. Once we move off that and we go to do some heavy lifting or we're in the workout, that's now when we're training. We're training to be fitter, to get stronger, to push the conditioning. That's the difference between practice and training. The intensity is higher, we're going to get a sweat on, we're going to be out of breath. We still want to be moving well with appropriate loading. So the loading is between that 70 to 90%, something that we can move well but also get a good workout in. Let's relate our competition to the CrossFit Open. Because the movement's going to be intense, the heart rate's going to be through the roof, the movements you pick or the weights you pick should be in there, it should be inbuilt, it should be subconscious. It's not the time to start learning double unders. That's done in the practice section. Now if there's anything you're looking at practicing and we don't get a chance that often in the classes to do something that's specific to you, the perfect time for that is outside the class. At home, in the gym before a class, spend 10-15 minutes improving that specific skill. If you're not sure what to do or not sure what that skill is, let me know, we can sit down and have a chat. But that is the perfect time to practice. Practice, training, competing. Where do you live?